Welcome to Pink Kink,
where we are ready to guide you through the wild and wonderful world of kink.
I'm Princess Rara.
And I'm Dara, the Electro Khaleesi.
Whether you are a baby kinkster, a seasoned pro, or just here for the entertainment, Pink Kink will help you level up your kink knowledge.
Join us as we share our own wild, sometimes awkward, but always entertaining experiences and spill the tea from our combined 30 plus years in the private and professional kink worlds.
So grab your favorite flogger or wand.
Thank you.
And buckle up. You'll learn, you'll laugh, and who knows, you might just spit out your coffee.
Let's get this kinky party started.
Want more Pink Kink in your life? Join our Patreon and get ready for a whole lot of kinky fun and exclusive perks.
As a patron, you'll unlock access to our private Discord server where you can connect with fellow kinksters and chat directly with us. You'll also score adorable Pink Kink stickers and enjoy a monthly behind-the-scenes podcast packed with juicy tidbits we don't share anywhere else. Plus, get sweet discounts at our Etsy shop, Pink Kink Boutique, and on our online classes at Pink Kink Institute.
But wait, there's more.
More?
Our impactful and electrifying Pink Kinksters get extras, such as bonus content and free digital downloads. Oh, and let's not forget, the Pink Standard of patrons will be recognized as producers on both the podcast and on our website, because we couldn't do this without you.
Pink Kink runs on the love and support of our amazing patrons, so join the party today. Visit us at patreon.com/pinkkinkpodcast or click on the link on pinkkinkpodcast.com.
Today's episode is produced by our electrifying Pink Kinksters. Thank you, Jay, Witcherman, Brianna Lynn, Daddy J, Claire, Naughty and Nice, Butte Pain, Manda Panda, Kat, Stefan, Shadow Phoenix, Christopher, Brian, Enchanted Sparrow, The Wombat, Impact Hazard, Twitch, The Midnight Girl, Sinful, J21, Daisy If You Do, AK Harley Chick, Serenity, Belle, Eric, Pumpkin Pie, S'more, Hacksaw, Devoted Knight, 3 a.m. Thoughts, Crash Override.
Spiper No Spifing. Barbie, Navigator Bard, Mr. Pillsbury, Peaches, Mighty Owl, Baby Squirrel, Lady in Lex, Chaos Monster, Jessa Lady, Jack, Ophelia, Lady to Kitten, Cydia Lemon, Ben, Noir, Freddie Queen, Princess Ree, Mississive, Elysium Rose, Avalia, Nora Morapora, Brix, Mistress Lycia, Wonder Chris, Chessie, Manders, and Swinging Amish.
Okay, real talk here. September is almost over.
Which means if you've been sitting there thinking, oh, I'll join their Patreon later, guess what? Later's right now.
Yeah, procrastinators, we see you.
This is our birthday month, and the best gift you could give us isn't a glitter-scented candle.
Although I would totally love one, and I would use it.
Only if it's pink. But honestly, same. But really, it's joining our Patreon.
And you've only got a few days left to snag this month's special bonus. 12 low prep rituals for DS.
It's like kink quickies. It's hot and easy and zero prep.
Plus, when you join, you get access to our private Discord server where you can chat with us directly.
Sometimes I even answered full sentences.
You can also get our monthly behind the scenes podcast,
which is basically us just spilling all the tea that we don't spill on an actual episode.
And office hours with me, so you can pick my brain, get advice, or just watch me drink coffee and answer questions.
Upper tiers also get free digital downloads, and if you pay for the whole year, you get a discount.
Which means more money for kink toys.
Or, cake. Still going with cake.
All right, but seriously, the clock is ticking.
And once September's over, so is the birthday bonus.
So go to patreon.com/pinkkinkpodcast and join us.
Don't make us come find you. Rara actually will.
Yeah, we totally will, and I'll be front in line.
Okay, well, I guess you're in a good mood.
I have dungeon hangover, but in a good way. I mean, I'm on little to no sleep, but what else is new after dungeon night? But it was a lot of fun last night. I was topping for needles, and I was doing a needle scene on my friend Dean. And at the dungeon last night, as just a regular old guest, was my needle top learning curve, who came and hung out with me for a while and proceeded to watch my needle scene with Dean and admitted freely they were judging me.
Okay.
Such pressure.
I bet.
Oh my God. I was waiting. I didn't know if the signs were coming up, 7.5. I didn't know what was happening. I just know that my needle idol was watching and judging.
I've had that happen before with electro. Yes, it is disconcerting.
I didn't know what to do. I'm like, oh my God, I hope this is right. But it
went well.
It was a good night. It was an amazing night. And it ended with my doing a needle stencil scene on one of our patrons.
Which is your newest venture.
It is my newest adventure. And it turned out way better. I think I was giddier than my needle bottom.
Yeah.
Because it turned out, I was like, I didn't want to take the needles back out. I wanted to leave it.
Well, I did not look at the pictures today.
No, this time I told you, don't do it. Don't do it. There might have been a drop or two of red stuff. So
okay. Yep.
But it's been exciting, right? Like ever since I hurt my shoulder and neck and I can't do impact like I used to, I've been trying to find other outlets. And so I've really been focusing a lot on the needles and trying to challenge myself and do different things. So like the needle stencil, I created that needle stencil instead of buying it, which is what I had done last time. This is the first one that I've created, and it worked out so much better than I thought it was.
Awesome.
So yeah, I am flying a little high from the excitement of that.
I, on the other hand, am having one of the it's been 2 days of incredibly bad low energy. And like, this is not normal. Like, I upped my meds and I've been feeling really good and I've had great energy. This does happen because of the whole chronic illness thing. This does happen probably once or twice a week. I'll have like these incredibly draggy, low energy days and I just have to like force myself through it. But this whole entire weekend has been like that. Like, my plans were out the window yesterday and couldn't do anything except lay in bed and sleep for most of the day. It was tragic.
Oh, goodness.
It was fucking terrible.
Tragique.
Well, look, the only thing that I managed to get done yesterday, I had all these plans, but started with having sex with my husband.
That's a good plan.
Yeah, worked out great. And then I was like, okay, we need to go out and get this errand done now before I can't, because if I don't go right now, I'm not going to have the energy to go get this errand done. And the errand happened to be going to a thrift store and finding stuffies for my impact scene for my birthday, which is next week. But according to timey-wimey rules, was 2 or 3 weeks ago. No, tomorrow?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Time is hard.
I think it's according to episode time, I want to say tomorrow.
Yes. This will come out the day before, because this episode is actually your birthday episode.
Correct. So I will be hopefully not dead next week on my birthday.
I think that's a
party. My birthday already passed, the party.
I think that's a good goal.
Well, so
I try to have that goal like every morning. Don't be dead.
Do you remember what happened last year?
Well, yeah.
Right about this time, I got COVID.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, so far, so good.
I'm going to try to get my COVID shot this week, but we'll see if, thanks to our lovely government, if they'll let me have it without a prescription.
I am still debating. I normally don't because I'm allergic to it. Whatever ingredient in there, there's something in there I'm allergic to, and I usually end up getting hives from pretty much my entire face, down my neck, down my chest. And there is a strong possibility that at some point that will cause anaphylaxis, because that's exactly what happens when you have hives on your neck and chest. It can, at some point, without any warning, just trigger anaphylaxis. So the last time I did this, I had to have a person standing there next to me for an hour. They made me wait a full hour, and they had to stand there with an EpiPen. So I'm not sure if this is worth that kind of risk.
Yeah, I'm going to be getting on an airplane and going to a large convention, so I would
you should definitely.
I would like to be shot.
Yeah. I would like to be shot too. I just don't want to get shot with an EpiPen, because that I don't like.
I've managed to avoid that so far, though I've come close a couple times.
I've gotten it once.
When I've accidentally ate lobster mac and cheese instead of my regular mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Whoopsie daisy.
Damn, you could have sued them.
Yeah.
You could have sued them so
I was trying to
hard.
be nice because they didn't want us to lose the munch space.
When we did
if I had
anyway.
known they were going to kick us out of the munch space, I would have sued them.
You still can. Anyway, it's been a really, really hard couple of months. Like this summer was really, really bad for me. But that honestly, I think it was because my meds weren't working too well. And I got my meds adjusted and now I was feeling better. But again, this still happens a couple days a week at this point, which is better than it was.
Mm-hmm.
But that leads me to the episode, actually.
Yeah.
Yours and mine situations are both in here. This episode is going to be, and so see, Rara, do you see what I did there? The entire shtick actually was a point.
It worked out well, though I'm sorry it had to.
I mean, it kind of sucks that we both have this situation and that's what inspired the episode. But at the same time, holy shit, did my shtick.
It stuck.
Holy shit, did my shtick stuck. I can't believe I said that in one go.
I'm impressed.
That was great. It's going to be one of those episodes.
It usually is most of the time.
This is going to be one of those serious episodes that we can't keep our shit together for.
Well, for me, part of it is that's how I deal with the serious stuff.
Yes.
I joke. Because otherwise it really sucks. Really sucks shit.
Shit. Anyway, this is about when kink is your outlet and you can't do it. And yeah, we both, Rara and I have both had experiences like this for the last, for me, several years. For you, what, year at least?
No, thank goodness. It's been about since February, March of this year. So,
oh, I just thought of one that I don't have on the list. I'll get
are
to
you
it.
allowed to add? I don't know what the rules are.
Am I allowed to add? You're the Virgo crazy person.
I know, but I try really hard to contain it when I'm not the one in charge of the episode.
Okay, no, we can add. I'm a little more flexible, so we. Well,
that's because you're not really a Virgo. You're what do you always say?
I identify as a Gemini.
Yes,
and that is because I am two-faced. And I'll apparently split personalities or something because, yeah, we discussed that in an episode before. Dara has become like a separate person almost, and it's kind of weird that I channel that at times when I need the energy and I need the personality of Dara.
Well, I think Dara's the extrovert.
Dara's nuts. Yes.
Okay, I didn't say it.
But it's almost a mask that I put on or a costume. And then I take Dara off and I'm just me and I'm like, oh, I'm so tired.
I identify with that just a little bit, not to the extent that you do, but I've talked with people about the fact that when I'm at an event, I'm Princess Rara.
Right.
Versus when I can just be
Rara
and just be myself.
Yeah, Rara is more chill. I hang out with Rara a lot.
Yeah.
But Dara is definitely the one that gets me through everything. I don't know. The little doesn't really have its own name. It's just Dara and little persona. So like even Dara puts on an outfit. So like I'm wearing a Dara outfit who's wearing a little outfit and a bow. It's weird.
That hurt my head.
A little bit. I'm having an Inception moment.
I'm trying to picture it. And it hurts my head.
Oh my God, I need to make that into a costume now. It's like, okay, so you know those cute little pictures on Etsy, and I want to get this on a t-shirt, but it's of Stitch wearing a what is the How to Train Your Dragon? Toothless. When Stitch is wearing a Toothless costume and Toothless is wearing a Stitch costume. Have you seen those?
I haven't.
That's sometimes
so
what
cute.
I feel like. They're adorable. I want it on a t-shirt so bad. Anyway, but usually kink is more than just, slipping on a costume, slipping on an outfit and becoming, and putting in this personality. It's not just like having fun. It's an actual stress reliever. It can be a creative outlet, and it can be an absolute, for me and Rara especially, we've talked about this, an identity anchor. But sometimes, what is it that you like to say? Make the plan, expect the plan to go off the rails, throw away the plan.
But there's a whole joke about how, right, if you want to laugh, tell God your plans because it won't work. Which is why,
or no, what is it? You make plans and God laughs.
Yeah, something like that. Which is why, folks, I usually have plan A, B, C, D,
dash
and
on
Q because I need to be prepared. So when somebody starts laughing, be it God or somebody else, I'm ready.
Or the devil, whoever.
That would be me.
Okay, granted. Fair enough. The other day at work, I blew an absolute gasket because I had planned out the next several weeks of things that I was going to create, that I was going to do. I had it all in a schedule. I have this schedule, Rara, you're going to be like, this is going to blow your mind. I have my schedule in 3 different places on 3 different, I have 2 Google Docs, one for my team and one for me personally. And I have the one that my entire company uses. So I put all of this in there.
You're saying this like, I'm like going, of course you do, because that's what you should do. I'm like, that to me would be normal.
Well, this is at my job. I can do this at my job. In my real life, I can't do that.
Oh, no.
But just at job. Yeah. So job threw something at me with what I will consider 24 hours notice. It was before the weekend, and then we had off on Monday for Labor Day. But they said you have to do this by, and it was like 24 hours job days notice, business days notice. And I was like, what the fucking fuck? So I rearranged my schedule on these 3 different places. And then my team comes in and says, okay, well, we don't want to do this. And I'm like, okay, but I have to do this? And they're like, okay, but we don't want to do this. And we have to, do the same thing. And I was like, okay. And then I had to change it again. And then at the next meeting, I said, okay, this is why I wanted to do this. And they were like, oh, we misunderstood. Yeah, we'll do this. And I had to change it again on all 3 places. When I tell you my brain nearly exploded and I came home that day and was
Can I just say, the fact that you didn't kill anybody, I am so proud of you.
I was so close.
I am so proud of you.
I was so close, Rara. I almost posted it in the chat.
I didn't even get the usual, I need the speech. I need the speech.
I almost did it. I was so close. But what I did instead was I went home and I littled like fucking crazy.
Which, by the way, for those of you who are joining us for the first time or out of order, when we say the speech, that's when one of us has to say to the other, you won't look good in stripes. You won't look good in orange.
There's no good books in prison.
You don't get any books. You won't get your coffee station. No kink. It's
all kink in prison, but it's probably
not consensual.
It's probably not the kind we want.
But yeah, the whole speech is about why jail is not an option.
Yeah, like don't kill the people because we don't have bail money right now. Okay. And we not only send this to each other, but we send this to the actual Discord. But yeah, so what I ended up doing was I came home and I littled like fucking crazy for like the entire rest of the night. I couldn't turn it off. I was like, I need this. It is an absolute fucking stress reliever. And again, sometimes you get these deals where you cannot kink. And it's horrible for people like us that identify as a kinkster. And that is a massive, 90% of our personality?
Yeah.
Is this kinkster, except at work. We can't be kinky at work, blah, blah, blah. All that shit.
Yeah, but I mean, when you think about it, because I've been in that situation, back in my days of cosplaying a submissive.
Right.
Even at work, there were rules I had to follow, or I would get messages from my dom because I could. Not every job you can, but I could.
Oh, I couldn't.
Go to the bathroom and take a picture in the bathroom because the bathroom was private. Couldn't do anything outside, like in public, but I could go to a bathroom and do something.
My bathroom isn't public, but it's not entirely private either.
Yeah.
Like there's an entire office that uses it. So no,
these were individual, like you have at home, you have at home with the door and nobody else would be in there when you were in there type thing.
I wish. Like one of the things though is everybody goes through a dry spell. Like this isn't what we're talking about. These are not, what I'm talking about in this episode is not, oh, I just need I don't want to go to the dungeon tonight. I'm not feeling it.
Or I had to cancel plans this week, but I'll go next week. So that'll be fine.
That's normal. Everybody does this. No judgment whatsoever. The one that I'm talking about is weeks to months to possibly years of not being able to kink. So that's where we're going with this. This is why I said this is going to be a very serious topic.
Well, very serious.
All the time. All right. So why do we turn to kink as an outlet in the first place? Well, like I said before, it's a stress reliever. It can be cathartic through pain, through power, through playing, through being a little. That is my stress relief. When I come home from work and I need a stress reliever, I little the fuck out.
Well, and for me, it's my happy place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just happy. It is the one place where I get to be 100% authentic me.
Absolutely.
And I don't have to, at the dungeon or whatever, I don't have to worry about what I'm saying. I don't have to worry about what I'm doing. I could just be myself. There's no
filter.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no filter. You don't have much of a filter anyway, but
no.
At work we have to have a filter. That's just the way it is.
And I have to have a filter with my family because as much as I'm out to them, the rules are I can talk about podcast stuff, not kink stuff.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Which makes it very interesting. Like I could say, hey, this podcast, was nominated for this award or something, but I can't say, so we talked about needles.
Exactly the rules that I have too. Except now I can actually say I'm going to the club and they know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I've been able to say that.
I have not been able to say that until I got back from Exotica this past year.
Yeah, see, I'm at the point so my daughter goes to college on the West Coast and I'm on the East Coast. So with the time difference, there's a lot of, call me on your way home from the dungeon, Mom, because it'll be 1 or 2 a.m. for me and it's still a very reasonable time for her.
Sounds good. Let's see. It's all about identity fulfillment. So you have a purpose, you feel cared for, you feel safe, you feel comfortable. This is also, we get connection from this. We get our daily routines, our rituals, protocols.
Hugs.
Oh, yeah.
I get hugs at the dungeon.
Ways to bond with other people through all of this. So I guess you used to be a bottom who releases work stress through flogging. No, you could still receive flogging, right?
Yeah. I haven't bottomed for an impact scene because I've been a little nervous about if I jerk my neck, right, or if I move. I've been too nervous for that, so I've had to find other ways to do it. But that was for me. Receiving pain helps ground me, helps center me, and I've been known to literally sit on the sofa holding onto a paddle and just paddle my own thighs to get that release.
Right. And then for me, the little is always the stress reliever. And let's just go with the tuck-in ritual. I will never fucking give that up. The panty choosing ritual, that kind of goes by the wayside.
But the toasty feeties.
Having the heart of toasty feeties is never going to end. Because if he does not tuck me in at night. So the thing is, the panty thing, he used to choose my panties. In fact, actually, it was pretty funny. This morning, I just reached in the clean clothes hamper, pulled out a pair of panties, put them on, and he's watching me, and he goes, yeah, those will do.
Thank you.
Really? You haven't chosen my panties in months. You're never home when I'm getting dressed in the morning.
Oh, you don't put your stuff out the night before?
No.
Virgo.
Well, because it depends on what I'm feeling in the morning.
Yeah, nope. What I'm feeling in the morning is tired, and I don't want to have to think about it.
I also have to dress up a little more than you.
So, yeah.
So there's a difference.
Okay, so fine. I just have to decide which pair of yoga pants and which t-shirt I'm wearing.
Exactly.
But still.
I have to do a whole outfit.
And I have to decide the shoes. Is it hot so I'm wearing flip-flops? Or is it cold so I need my socks and sneakers?
I'm not allowed to wear flip-flops.
Oh, no. It was hot again. We're having our fake summer.
Oh, yeah. Summer 2.0.
Yeah, so I got to wear my flip-flops again.
Nope, I'm not allowed. I did so in the morning, it kind of depends. And this is part of my chronic illness thing. I wear a dress if I'm feeling like it's a shit day. Because then I don't have to choose anything else. I wear a pair of shorts and a tank top, and then I put on the dress, and that's it. That's the whole outfit. But if I'm feeling a little more with it, then I'll choose, pants, top, dress it up with the shoes, change the shoes a little bit. Sometimes I can do accessories with a sweater. It depends. I love accessories. I have a shit ton of fucking accessories, but I won't do that if I'm wearing a dress.
Yeah, literally from the time I get out of bed till I go downstairs to start making my coffee, it's 15 minutes.
Oh, no, I go downstairs and do the coffee, but I have to, okay. So I get up, I do, my potty thing, and then I go downstairs with the dogs and have to put my contacts in because I broke my glasses. So I can't see I have to go all the way to the bathroom, put my contacts in, and then I can go downstairs.
I remember those days. Yeah.
Yeah. So I take the dogs out, make the coffee, and then I go back upstairs with the coffee and the dogs to do the rest of the morning routine, to get dressed, get makeup, all that shit. Hair. Half the time my hair just goes up in a clip. I don't bother. But anyway, the panty thing, that's gone by the wayside. But the tuck-in ritual will never die. And so, okay, so now I want to get into different things that may pull us away from kink. For, like I said, this is not just like, oh, I have a work event I have to go to this Saturday, I can't go to the dungeon. This is weeks, months, years.
Consistent things happening
Long-term.
that prevent you from being able to.
Right. Okay, so the very first one, since we've already mentioned it, I'm going to just go with work and career pressure. So let's say that you're like a nurse and you do these massive 12-hour shifts. I can't imagine doing that. Oh my God, I would die. But you're just exhausted. You're exhausted all the time. And I understand nurses have like, what is it? One day on, one day off, one day on sometimes, or they do three in a row.
They do 4 12-hour shifts and then they're done.
Right.
So depending upon how it works. But right, I mean, you're going to have like we had a friend who's a nurse who worked COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was so exhausting physically, mentally, emotionally, like depending upon what unit you work on.
Mm-hmm.
It could
actually, she has a new job where she's a rotator, and sometimes she's in the psychiatric ward, sometimes she's in the geriatric ward, and both of those, like hospice, both of those are really, really testing her, she says. But she likes it. But at the same time, that's got to be a trial. That has got to be such a trial. One of the coping mechanisms that you can do for something like this is doing like restorative rituals or after shift cuddles or affirmations. You can do these little unwinding routines that can still be DS. Having a partner take your shoes off for you. Having a partner, like if you're dominant and you have a submissive partner, have them bring you an iced drink of some kind. If you're the submissive, maybe you are sick and tired of serving people all day long. And maybe you want somebody to take care of you that night, draw you a bath, start your shower before you even get home. Something like that would also work.
And yes, folks, you can be the dominant and do that for your submissive. It's called taking care of your toys.
Yeah. If your toy breaks, can't play with it. And this is mental breakage we're talking about. Okay, so another one is like, oh God, I can't even imagine doing this one either. A manager at a restaurant.
Yeah, they work crazy hours.
I can't imagine. I was a server. Well, I was a host and then I was a server. I was a terrible server. But to me, manager translates to bitch.
I never worked in the food service industry, thank God.
Really? Oh, I've done retail and I've done food service, and I'm bad at both.
I was a camp counselor, was my first job. Babysat, camp counselor was my first job.
Too.
And then I worked in the office, and because I'm an old person, when I worked in the office, it meant I actually filed real papers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right? Lots of paper cuts. That was hard.
It was so hard.
It was so hard. Paper cuts all over my fingers. No.
And there was no hand sanitizer back then, so you had a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But you could try doing like mental transition rituals, like changing your clothes could become a scene. You could do some meditation. You could do some Rah-Rah's favorite thing in the world, journaling. Mm-hmm. You could do very short, structured scenes that are like maybe 15 minutes before you go to work.
You could do like Mr. Rogers. You come through the door and you switch out your outfit,
your sweater,
to put on the shoes and the sweater thing, like, or whatever outfit you want to, that puts you into that different headspace,
and you become your different person. Like Rah-Rah and I were talking about, we are somewhat different people when we go into the dungeon. So at home, you can transition yourself into that other person. You like think of them just as like micro scenes. I think 10-minute scenes would be really, really good. I should actually try this. Check-ins. If you have a partner, you can do little texting check-ins throughout the day, not necessarily a task that you have to perform, like if you can't do kink at work kind of a situation. And I would assume that as a manager of a restaurant or a nurse, you wouldn't be able to do that. But little tiny, like, you must check in at 8:05 a.m.
Right? Or maybe take a picture of your lunch and send it to me so I know you're eating
and you're having a
healthy
nutritious lunch. Yes.
Right. Yes.
Something like that would work. So, like I said, little micro scenes instead. Okay, sometimes you are having an extended illness or an injury.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rara's got the injury part covered.
Oh, yeah.
An illness would be, let's say you have long COVID. That shit lasts months.
I have a friend dealing with that right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I had short COVID, and it still took me 2 months for the fatigue to go away.
Yeah.
That was short.
So they were going to get the COVID shot, but they were scheduled for a mammogram. And I guess they were told you can't have any vaccines for a certain amount of time before the mammogram because it can affect.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, I am not a science person. I barely passed any science class I took, so I don't understand the whys. But they didn't get the COVID vaccine and then ended up getting COVID, which turned into long COVID. And they're still to this day. And
How long has it been?
It's been over a year.
Ooh.
And they're still suffering some of the side effects with memory and physical. And it's just, yeah.
That was the one time, those 2 months that and short COVID was 2 months. I think I might have actually fallen asleep at my desk a couple of times during those 2 months. That was such a struggle. Oh my God. I've never done that in my life. And dealing with that was absolutely horrible. I don't want to go through that again. Maybe I'll risk the fucking hives and EpiPen shit to get the vaccine now because that was horrible. And the fainting wasn't too great either.
Oh, really? You don't recommend it?
0 out of 10. Unless I fall on Safina's boobs again, in which case
that gets at least a 1 or a 2.
It was at least a 5. That's an automatic halfway back up. Those are nice boobies. All right. So anyway, one of the things that you can do for that is exploring more of like the verbal side of DS. Rara's not going to like this, but like the humiliation part would be me. Protocol heavy play where the actual physical aspect of it is not needed. Now, if you have brain fog, that's not going to work too well.
No. I mean, and this is what I did, right? So I have some compressed discs, which resulted in a pinched nerve and bulging discs. Fun stuff. I also don't recommend it. 0 out of 10. So impact became pretty much impossible.
To top or bottom floor.
Right? So what I have done is just really focused heavily on needles, both topping and bottoming, and then coming up with new things that I haven't necessarily done in the needle world to make it exciting enough that I'm not as upset about missing out on impact. It's like, oh, look, I'm so excited because I tried stencils as the top. I tried piercings as the bottom and able to challenge myself that way and get myself the pain that I need that way. So do I miss impact? Of course I do. I have 2 new impact toys that are just sitting here that I haven't used on anybody. Actually, sorry, no, I'm lying, 3 because I have an issue and I keep buying toys. I have 3 impact toys, including a cow flogger that I haven't had the chance to use on anybody yet.
Not even yourself?
Okay, I don't count on myself because I did because I had to because
right.
I needed to know if the cows mooed or technically the cows are actually rubber duckies that are dressed up like cows.
So they squeak.
They do if you hit them hard enough.
You need some sort of like maybe on your phone have different like an app that makes animal sounds like they do for kids and you could push the animal sounds when you're using it.
Well, I'm actually the whole point of it is to do an Old MacDonald Had a Farm scene. So my bottom will be singing.
Got you.
And will therefore when I'm using the cow flogger on them, we'll do the cow part.
But we don't know when this is going to happen.
Tentatively Naughty Noel in December.
Okay.
But I only have 5 animals. So the object is, can I get more animals?
Okay. Well,
I feel like 5 isn't long enough.
If you have any suggestions for what kind of animals Rara should have,
and mind you, the animals have to fall into my color scheme, so they can be pink or black or both.
I assume your cows are black and white.
Yes.
Okay, because cows. So no yellow duckies.
No. Even my rubber ducky is pink.
Okay, and you have a rubber chicken.
Oh my God. So that, I have to tell you.
Oh.
I didn't tell you. This is totally semi off track. So you know my rubber chicken, my pink rubber chicken I have?
Yeah.
So when I was talking to Learning Curve about my big birthday scene, we're going to turn this into not just needles, but performance art type stuff. I'm going to have my rubber duck, and we're going to have like little races, like red light, green light, 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of saying like red light, I will squawk the chicken. So like they can put needles in until I squawk the chicken, and that's their signal to stop.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Some of these Learning Curve came up with. I love that they are just as insane as I am.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is good or bad that the two of us are egging each other on.
Yes. Definitely that.
But yes, my rubber chicken is pink and my duck paddle is pink. So yes.
Okay. If you have any more suggestions for other pink animals that Rara can get,
please let me know.
All right. So let's say you have somebody with like fibro. Now, this is interesting because a lot of people with fibro say that impact actually helps take away the pain of the fibro because it's giving them a pain on purpose. But what if you have a situation where you can't take that pain? You could actually swap that out for sensory play. Like you could do feathers, you could do ice, you could do, what are those little things that you shake them and they have the little heating pads, the hand warmer things?
Oh, yeah.
You could use those. You could do service-based stuff. There's less focus on the actual impact part, and you could just translate this into other things. You could do, okay, so let's say another scenario is family and caregiving obligations. This
Nothing
is a
kink
big one.
blocks better than family.
Nothing. Kids and parents, my goodness. So you might have to cancel dungeon because babysitters. You don't have any good babysitters. But that's usually like a one-time thing, right? What if you have an aging, sickly parent that you suddenly need to take months to take care of? Talk about a kink blocker, because that takes like your whole entire life up. You could do things very discreetly. You could still wear a collar if they don't know what that means. Hopefully, maybe your parent is not kinky. But you could do things like ritualistic preparing of the food or tea or drinks or whatever they have, or your partner or whoever the hell you're playing with. You can use a different honorific as opposed to Sir, Madam, Potato. Actually, go with Potato. Potato as an honorific. It's very well hidden, I think. That's my favorite. I call Daddy Potato all the time.
Do you call him Sir Potato?
No, just Potato.
Just Potato.
And you know what's funny? I can do it at work. That's why it's my code word. I can actually answer the phone and be like, "Hello, Potato," and nobody thinks this is weird. They just think it's some sort of goofy pet name.
They do think it's weird.
Yes,
they don't think it's kinky.
True.
Because I can tell you, if my coworker picked up the phone and go, "Hello, Potato," I would think they were weird. But I would not know it was kinky.
But then I explain it and I say, "Look, Potato is just my nickname for my husband," and they're like, "Oh, okay, cool. Why Potato? Why not?"
Because potatoes are great. They come in all these different forms. They come in
all kinds of things with potatoes.
Mashed, fried, sautéed. I met somebody.
My God, Rara, you're so distracted today.
Yes, I am. I met somebody who English is not their first language. They were obviously not born here. And I had to explain to them what tater tots were. Now I need to go bring them tater tots.
Yes, you do. Tater tots are the best.
They need to try the tater tots.
I have decided that my next dinner party, whatever, is going to be potato. That's the theme. Everybody has to bring a potato
Yes.
dish. Oh my God. You actually come to that one?
I would come to that one. A potato party? I would come to a potato party.
We will do a winter potato party.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
I don't know when probably January at this rate.
Are we going to assign potatoes so that we don't end up with everybody bringing the exact same thing?
I will have a checklist of potatoes. We will make a list of potatoes and somebody can sign. What do you call it? Sign up genius?
Yes.
We will sign up genius the potatoes.
That's genius.
I am a genius for using sign up genius.
And potatoes.
And also, I'm a genius for potatoes, yes.
And by the way, tater tots, air fryer. Best thing ever.
Yes.
I'm just saying. Versus like trying to
cook
it in
the
oven.
Crispy in the air fryer.
Yeah, I know.
Holy shit, are they amazing.
So good.
Okay.
Have you ever,
Now I
oh my
want
God.
tater tots.
Now I want tater tots and gnocchi. Like, just because that shit is super potatoed.
Is that how I'm going to cope with my injury? I'm going to eat my way through it with tater tots.
Maybe we should do this in November. Make it a little closer.
I don't know if I can wait till December.
How do we make a potato party kinky, though? Because you know I'm only inviting kinky people. Can we do that?
All right, we'll think about it.
How do you... We're going to have
give
to
me time.
chat GPT this. How do we
Give me
make a
time.
potato party kinky? Okay, here we go.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage and mental health. So let's say your ailing parent has died.
That is so sad.
I know. But like, you know, they're grieving now. You are grieving. And this can sometimes take a while, especially if it's a parent you were really, really close to and you took care of. I mean, that takes a toll. You can have more caretaking rituals. You can lean into that. They don't have to involve pain, but you can sort of segue this into maybe, I don't know, maybe you don't want to do service because you're serviced out because of the caretaking role. But if your parent, or God forbid, your child has died and you're in that grieving process, there are quieter ways that you can kink that don't really involve, you know, huge amounts of going to a dungeon and getting needles stuck in you or something. Okay. Again, you can always do like the daily check-ins. You can do low energy stuff like, I don't know, you could put a squishmallow in your partner's lap and lay your head in it and just have your head rubbed.
Aww.
Or your hair brushed. And I see hair brushing or washing somebody's hair as an act of service. I know a dom, actually it's Iro, who can't really wash their own hair all the time because first of all, their hair is like 2 feet long. That's a lot of hair. And second, because they have the same low energy issue that I do, chronic illness, their partner washes their hair. When I need it, like if I can't lift my arms above my head because they are in that much pain, Daddy J will actually wash my hair. And he's learned how to take care of the curls and everything.
Now that's impressive.
Yeah. He's actually gotten pretty good at that. Like he doesn't know how to do the gel part yet, but the whole wide tooth comb and how to, you know, comb all the conditioner through, all that, he's learned that. And he's learned how to scrunch too. So pretty proud of him. But it's little things like that that you can do that are still DS related, that aren't huge, you know, impactful, screaming, I am kinking things. You also, by the way, really need to acknowledge that mental health is part of the negotiation for play. If you're in a place where that is an actual issue, that needs to be part of the negotiation. And also seek therapy, for goodness sakes. My goodness. Okay, let's say you've got financial barriers and you can't pay to go to the dungeon. You can't buy new toys. Rah-rah.
Yeah.
You should probably stop buying all the toys because you keep complaining about spending all the money.
I am supporting the economy. I'm helping small businesses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing good.
Okay. I'm just saying, you keep complaining about it. So I'm just giving you.
I'm just saying I might have
assistance.
issues.
Well, so if you can't afford to go to the dungeon and you can't afford like babysitting costs, because God knows that has skyrocketed too, maybe you do home play. You could use pervertibles.
Well, and it's different. Like, right, when we grew up, family was close by. So you could rely on grandparents to watch.
Mine wasn't.
Oh, mine was. You can rely on grandparents to watch, or aunts and uncles and all of
Or
that.
next door neighbors.
Right. I remember when I first moved to Arizona as a teenager, and I swear the entire neighborhood started cheering because there was a teenage girl who could babysit had moved into the neighborhood. It was like every weekend I was babysitting.
Yeah, you probably made a shitload of money.
Oh, yeah.
How much was it back then?
$5 an hour at most.
That's what I was getting.
That was like good money. If you could make $5 an hour, you were making
Was that in the
buku
70s?
bucks. No, that was 80s.
80s?
Yeah.
I was in the 90s when I started babysitting, and it was $5 a kid per hour.
Yeah, no, mine was just $5 an hour, period.
Oh, no, I was per kid.
No.
Which was great when it was the family of 5 kids that I was babysitting.
Yeah, but then
for.
you had 5 kids.
Well, one of them was a teenager, so he didn't really count. He just kind of like
Was there.
Okay, not teenager. He was like 12.
Okay.
So, and I think I was 16 or 17 at that point. So he was just like chilling. My job was mostly the baby.
I love babies.
4 months old, I think she was. Well, somebody from church, whatever.
Love babies.
I know, but she was really cute. So it was actually adorable. It was a couple that just got married like a couple years prior, and each one of them had 2 kids, and then they had the anchor
family.
baby. So it was cute. Okay, so let's move on. What if you, so this is an actually important one. What if you're in a transition in your relationship? Like you've broken up?
This one definitely, I mean, because I do remember when like Voldemort and I broke up, it was so hard transitioning. I would like immediately go to grab my phone every morning to send that good morning text.
Mm-hmm.
And then would stop myself because we weren't at that
anymore.
It
was difficult. Yeah.
You know, or it was very strange. Like you talk about with your underwear. He picked out my outfits every day. Now, granted, I'm a fucking grown-ass woman. It's not that I could not pick out my own clothes.
It's not that I can't pick out my underwear. That's not the
point.
But
that was what had become, that was the habit.
It's the ritual that you developed. Yes. Yeah. So, like, what if you're in a polycule and your caregiver leaves the polycule? Like, just, somebody else broke up and they're out of the polycule and it fucking sucks. Well, this is when you listen to our episode on what to do when you're single and kinky, or also
the breakup one. We did one on breakups.
We've done how to be a single little. We did a whole song.
All the single littles.
So you can still do stuff even if you don't have a partner. So this one, not so traumatic. Well, okay, the breakup part would be traumatic, but not being able to kink with your partner, you've got options. I'm trying to go faster through these things because I've got like several more pages.
You're allowed to go to 1 hour and 5 minutes if you want.
I probably will.
It's okay.
Okay, but
I give you permission.
I don't think. Did you just do the sign of the cross at me?
Yes. But I guess I should have done it this way. I made it a St. Andrew's cross.
You could always do the upside down one.
That's the kinky papal dispensation.
Oh my God. Is there a kinky pope?
We don't know what they do behind closed doors.
I would die laughing. But you could also make it the St. Peter's cross.
I don't know who St. Peter is.
Upside down.
Really?
Yeah. He was crucified upside down.
That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, probably. But also, the St. Andrew's cross is based on actual St. Andrew was crucified in an X.
You guys really like to crucify people, don't you?
Hey, it was not the Christians that did that. That would be the Romans. They were creative as fuck.
They were kinky as fuck, apparently.
Oh yeah, no.
Nail somebody to a piece of wood. I know people who do that now.
Yeah, your people.
My people?
Yeah, the ones who like getting poked with things.
Oh yeah, okay. This wasn't true what you meant by my people. Yes, those are my people.
Sharpie people?
Those are my people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, it took me a minute. Look, I'm having one of those days, okay? I'm tired.
You couldn't figure out if I was talking about my dog or a human this
They have the same name. I was confused.
Which
you were
one
putting
you
them on the airplane.
On an airplane.
Yeah, well, but when you talk about the dog, you talk about the dog more than the person. So when you mentioned the name, I went, "Oh, the dog." That was who you would, because that's who you usually talk about. But sorry, I couldn't understand why the dog was getting on an airplane.
Sorry, Jules. Human, not dog. The dog won't understand this.
Oh,
the
does
human.
The dog listen?
When I edit.
I was gonna say they're usually in the room with you when you edit.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Oh, you'll have to let me know if when they hear the name Jules, if they respond.
Okay, hold on. Wait, I got it. Okay, sorry, human Jules. Hey, Jules. Okay, now we'll see if they respond to that.
Okay.
The dog, not the human.
Either one.
The human will respond to it. I can guarantee you right now. Oh my God, they're gonna like message me about this. Actually, no, they'll be in my house at this point, and they'll be like, Dara.
Well, let's hope they don't listen till they go home, and then we're safe.
They'll listen day of. I can guarantee it. All right, here we go. Moving on because holy shit, the amount of shit that I still have to get through.
Keep going. I've lost track of where you are.
I have no idea either. Where the fuck am I? Oh, here we go. Distance and logistics kind of goes with dynamics and transitions. This is like if you are in a long distance scenario and your travel budget is no longer there, you can do stuff online. You can do Zoom. Just don't do it on your work Zoom. Speaking from experience, when you change your name on Zoom, change it back. That happened twice.
It's only happened to me once.
Yep. And you lost out on a job because of it.
That's okay. I ended up with a much, much better job. So
yes,
it's okay.
You did. I luckily managed to tell both people. Well, the first one, I said that it was my steampunk name, and it was for conventions and stuff. And then the second one, I just panicked and said D&D. So we're okay.
It's all good.
We're okay. So in this one, let's say you're just for the shit of it, your partner is overseas. Like they got shipped out or something and they're overseas.
You make that sound so funny. They shipped out. Not like
shipped out.
I mean, it could be military, but you made it sound more like,
well, maybe they're a teacher and they took a job in some other country.
We shipped them out. Gotcha.
We shipped them out. Okay. And anyway, you could actually DS via letters. How old school is that?
Letters? Do people remember how to do that?
Probably not Gen Zers, but I'm sure as shit I know that a millennial would be able to.
Do you really want to have fun with the young ones?
Oh, here we go.
Write in cursive, and then they can't read what the fuck you wrote.
Your daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Make it extra loopy so it looks like calligraphy. They have no idea what's happening.
No idea.
I've done that. I wrote out someone's name who was significantly younger, and I did it in like with a calligraphy pen, so it was like the fat pen, and I made it like super loopy, and they were like, okay, that's really pretty. What's it say? I'm like, okay, that's your name. Good luck. Well, did you spell it right? Yes, that would be an R. Whatever. Okay, so you can do like remote toys. I want to say there's at least one vibrator.
Oh, there's the We Vibe. There's the Love
Vibe.
Sense.
That's it. That's what I was thinking of.
There's another thing too that, and I'll preface this by saying we are an affiliate with them, but there's the Obedience app, which enables you and your partner to set up tasks and punishments and rewards within the Obedience app. And when you complete the task, you mark it off. You can get it'll tell you what your reward is. If you don't, it'll tell you what your punishment is. It's a really cool way to do DS when you are not in the same location. I mean, even if you are, you can also use it.
But it's online.
But it's online. It's just an app on your phone, and it's phenomenal. And it includes where, like, if you have to show picture proof that you've done stuff, you can do that through the Obedience app.
That's pretty cool.
So you can check that out.
Is it secure enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's at obedience.com/pink kink, I think is our affiliate code. You get 20% off if you do it that way, off the premium. There's a free version and a premium version.
Nice. Okay, so the next one on my list is privacy and housing. So not just like if you have kids, but what if you're in a townhouse or an apartment or
with thin walls?
Or a college dorm. Dude, I used to be able to hear my upstairs neighbor just fuck all the time.
My son, who lives with me, said, "Mom, I need to get noise-canceling headphones." I said, "Why?" He goes, "Because you're loud."
I mean, fair point. Did you get him noise-canceling headphones?
Yes, I did.
Good. Because he deserves them for that. For putting up with that. If I had to listen to my mom, I would get, noise-canceling headphones make me sick. I would still wear them. Less sick than hearing my mom fuck. Okay, so this is, again, where you turn to the more subtle things. You don't have to get your roommates or your upstairs neighbors noise-canceling headphones, but you could move into...
That would be awkward. "Hi, I'm your new neighbor. I got you a gift. Noise-canceling headphones."
That's an expensive move-in. And you'd have to do that for a lot of different neighbors, especially if, like, it's a 3-story apartment and you're in the second floor and you've got one upstairs, one downstairs, and one on either side. That gets expensive. Don't do that. Do this instead. Move into quiet rituals with nonverbal service.
Ooh,
maybe
wow.
protocol-based exchanges. Be subtle.
Sorry, what?
Okay, it's this word that you may have never heard of before. It means do things on the DL.
Yeah, nope. Sorry, don't know this word.
Oh, well, I got nothing else for you.
Being accused of a lot of things in my life. Being subtle is not one of them.
Oh, we know. Okay. You could do role play. Everybody understands role play.
Yes.
What was that one? I just saw a clip of it. It was Big Bang Theory. And the girls just got back from Disney and they dressed up as all the different princesses.
Yes.
And then Bernadette's like, Howie, I've got a surprise for you. And he goes, please be Cinderella. Please be Cinderella.
And she was. And then he rips off his shirt and he gallops to
her. See, I, on the other hand, would not be a Disney princess. If I was going to role play, I would be a Klingon.
Of course you would. And I like Star Trek.
Do you know how rough they get?
Oh yeah. I've seen they did an episode where
Worf and his
lady partner,
who was half human,
very primal.
Oh yeah,
very primal.
I think I would like to play as a Klingon. That'd be fun.
Did you got to learn how to talk?
Again, all you have to do is watch Big Bang Theory.
Sure, they do speak Klingon.
I used to be able to speak Elvish.
Interesting.
I had a partner who we would speak Elvish to each other, and we were like learning, so it was pretty cool.
Okay.
Yep. Role play for the win. Okay, you could. Oh my gosh, like doing something that is a little more vanilla looking, like apparently being Klingon or Elvish. You could use noise masking strategies. You could do music. You could do really, really, really loud white noise that distracts people. Okay, I'm going to move down a little bit to, what about like life transitions? Like being postpartum.
Oh yeah, where you don't want to do anything.
I can see still being kinky while pregnant. My fucking husband would go nuts for that. That was, I swear to God, that was half the reason I wanted to get pregnant so bad, was just so that we could be kinky while I was pregnant, because that's his fetish. But postpartum, I can't imagine.
Oh.
Because at that point, you're just like, fuck off, like to everything.
Pretty much. You're exhausted. You feel like if you're nursing, you are just a boob. You are just a milking boob.
You're like a fucking cow. Yeah, no, I could never. So this is where you do, again, you could go into the soft kinks. This is where you can do mental. You can do caregiving. You can do, oh my goodness, again, my husband, if this was us, he would probably try to breastfeed. Because again, that's his kink. Now, if this were me, I'd probably tell him to fuck off. Me personally, I would be like, at this moment when I just had the baby, fuck off. Get away from me is where I would be. Because I know myself, and that's what I do when I'm not feeling good. It's bring me soup and go the fuck away. Bring me a cracker, get the fuck away from me. I don't want to be around anybody. I'm cranky as fuck when I don't feel good. That would probably send me over the edge. But if you have a dom, if you are postpartum and you have a dom, that's when dom really needs to get into those caregiving style things. Clean the fucking house.
Or hire somebody.
The dinner. Fuck, if you can, hire somebody. Even better. Do what you got to do. But do the caregiving things. That's what you want. Okay, here's rah-rah. How about this one? The next one.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Mm-hmm. What if you've got somebody in the middle of menopause and has a hot flash mid-scene? And
yeah, not a good time. Not a good time.
No. I'm in my perimenopause era right now. And I got to tell you, I have not slept through the night.
It gets better. I was that way for a long time, and I'm now sleeping through the night again.
Okay, how long has it been? 20 years?
What? No. Well, I don't know. I had a hysterectomy, so I don't know officially when any of this started because it's not like my periods changed.
Yeah, no, I'm doing the hot flashes when I sleep part, and holy fucking shit. He turned down the temperature like a couple of degrees for me last night, and I went to bed freezing cold, and it was wonderful. And halfway through the night, I had to kick off everything.
Okay,
She
what
included because I was
you
sweating.
need is what they call the temperature foot, and that's when you stick one foot out of the blanket to help adjust your body temperature.
No, but it's up here.
Oh, I see. I don't have those I didn't have those kind of hot flashes. I just had the all of a sudden I am just warm.
Oh no! I'm pouring sweat.
Yeah.
And everything has to come off. I'm already in a fucking tank top.
Oh, I sleep naked, so
I can't. I don't like rubbing. But I'm kicking things off, and the dog is up against me, so that makes it even worse.
That doesn't help.
No, it really doesn't. But and then I freeze to death again after 5 minutes, and then I put it all back on, and the cycle continues. So it sucks. Okay, so what about legal concerns? What if you have a job that you cannot be seen in the kink world, and you're afraid that if you go to a public event, you'll see somebody and they know you, and then word gets out because you got a new job and blah, blah, blah.
I've had that.
I mean, I currently have that. I ran into, so a friend brought a new partner to a munch, and it turns out said partner was my boss's best friend. That was awkward as shit, and we both agreed to never speak of it again.
Let's not do this again.
Yeah. And actually, he didn't come to a munch ever again.
Oh, goodness.
I felt kind of bad because I feel like I broke them up, but at the same time, he was like, yeah, no, don't want to run into her. I'm trying to go fast. Okay.
You're fine.
Another one is burnout and overstimulation, and I'm not going to do too much on this because we've really got an entire episode on this, on burnout, but overstimulation is interesting. If you're going to, like, say, risque, talk about an overstimulation situation. That shit is noisy. But a coping skill for that is wearing loops or noise-canceling earbuds or headphones or anything that takes that overstim down a little bit. And it can actually, I've heard from a lot of people that actually does work. Okay. What about your partner who has been your kink partner no longer wants to do kink?
Well, they move away and abandon you.
Did that happen to you, Rara?
That happened to me.
Okay. I'm so sorry. What did you do?
I had to find other people, but like I've given up rope because I have not meshed with another rope top.
Yeah.
The way I meshed with her. So it just, unfortunately.
Well, I had what I thought was a kinky partner when we first got together and then decided he was not kinky. So we opened up the marriage, the relationship, and I got kink with other people. Then it turned out he was asexual and that ended that. But in the meantime, I got my kink with other people. Hell, I did kink on World of Warcraft. That was the only thing that we could do until we moved and I could have actual kinky people in my physical life instead. Okay. Going way down, one of the most common myths about a situation like that. Oh, I forgot one. The one that I remembered that I didn't write down.
Yes.
COVID.
Yeah.
What if there's another pandemic?
No. COVID almost broke me. Not getting COVID. But as an extrovert.
Yeah.
Being isolated.
Yeah.
I had no outlet of kink. I had no outlet of people. I had no outlet of anything. I went to work because I had a job that I could not do from home.
I did, and it was weird.
And we joke, but in all seriousness, it was like, check with your extroverts because like the introverts were all like, yes, I've planned this. I planned for this my whole life.
Oh my God,
your
awesome. Daughter was ready.
Okay. But as an extrovert, it was fucking hell. And I actually went through a state of depression.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until January of 2021 where I was very fortunate. I came into some extra cash and I redecorated my house. But that's when we bought the new sofa.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yep. Bought the new sofa, changed the colorings, and I made things the way I wanted.
Do you remember what else happened on that sofa before you even bought it?
I remember we sat on it and laughed at the store. Was there more that happened on that sofa?
Yep.
What happened on that sofa?
That's when we agreed on the name Pink Kink.
Oh, is that where it was? Okay.
It was on the sofa before you bought it. We were in the store talking about starting the podcast. And I didn't want to have anything to do with the color pink.
Yeah, I know.
Not only did she drag me kicking and screaming into the podcast, she dragged me kicking and screaming into the store to buy a couch.
Yep. It's a good couch, though.
It's a great couch. Fucking love that couch. Still
yeah,
sit on that couch.
That was really, really hard. And while I did not have I had my Diesel. I was with him during then, but other than him, like I had no kink partners because he and I don't kink. So yeah, that
was the closest thing you had to a kink partner.
That was not a good time.
No, it was wild. But again, that's when a lot of people like sort of turned inward if they had a partner. But if you didn't have a partner, that was fucking rough. And I don't even have an answer for that. I have no answer for what happens if there's another pandemic.
That's when you have to rely on Zoom. I mean, that's one of the good things that came out of the pandemic was Zoom.
Oh, yeah.
So you have that aspect. You have,
you can always have texting.
You have texting. You have doing things yourself, solo kinking.
Yeah, and again, if you listen to our episodes on solo kinking, there's a lot of good ideas in there. You don't have to have, even if there's not a pandemic, you can still be solo and kinky. Not doing the kink with a partner does not mean that you're not kinky. That was actually really harder to say than I thought it was going to be. Let me explain. No, this takes too long. Let me sum up.
Okay.
You know what that's from?
No.
I think I butchered it, but Princess Bride.
Yeah, I've only watched it once, and I went, I don't get it.
Because you weren't like younger when you watched it. It's nostalgia.
Maybe.
Anyway, it's amazing, but you'll just have to take my word for it. Basic coping strategies for any of these things. The first one is always going to be adjust your play. Maybe do lighter scenes. Maybe stick to more rituals. And like we talked about before, do micro scenes. You don't have to have a huge, big, massive scene all the time. That it doesn't mean that you're any less kinky if you're doing these tiny little instances of scenes. Stay connected to yourself, stay connected to a partner, stay connected to your friends who are kinky, but you may not actually interact with. You can still have kinky discussions. Again, just because you're non-practicing doesn't mean you're not kinky. I say it like it's a religion. I'm kinky, but non-practicing. Be honest about what you need in your negotiations. Again, if you're having a mental health setback, put that in the negotiations. Put in what you need to support that mental health setback. I am currently in the middle of a fucking massive one because my issue, my disease, or whatever you want to call it, syndrome, is destroying my fucking life. And I'm in so much pain all the time that there's a shit ton of stuff I can no longer do. I think I was talking to Rara a month or two ago about how upset I am that I can no longer stand at risque as much as I could in past times. I have deteriorated so much that I need more supports, and it's pissing me off that I cannot just kink.
Yeah, it took me a while to get past my frustration and anger. Like, right, there's that whole grieving process.
Yeah, I'm still
right.
In
You
that.
start off with denial. I probably did impact a month longer than I should have.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention how long it took me to actually seek medical advice.
I think I'm still in anger.
And then I did the anger stage. And now I'm in the acceptance stage. I mean, granted, I've already hit the low and I'm coming back up.
You're healing.
Yeah, thank God.
I will not be. I think that's the part that's killing me the most is there's no way that I will be healing. I will continue to deteriorate as the years go by. That's the part that's killing me. There is no low. I'm just falling. Okay, one more thing is self-care outside of kink. Again, just because you're non-practicing doesn't mean you're not kinky. It is still your identity. You can still do things that are not kinky and still be a kinky person. It is still a part of your identity. All right, safety tips. Don't push through an injury or illness. You will probably make it worse.
Why do I feel like that was directed to me?
Possibly because I'm looking dead at you, pointing at you, and saying it very slowly so that you understand what you did was stupid.
I resemble that remark. I'm stubborn AF. What do you want from my life?
Oh, man, I know. I know. All right. Communicate very, very clearly. If you are in pain, if you are ill, if you are grieving, any of the fucking things that we talked about, actually tell somebody about it. Don't just keep that inside because then it will rot. I think that's about it.
Well, I was going to say, I also
life happens.
Acknowledge your feelings. Acknowledge it sucks.
It fucking sucks.
Allow yourself to be sad for a while. Like I have for me personally, in instances like that, I give myself 24 to 48 hours to wallow. For 24 to 48 hours, I am allowed to just wallow and be angry and sad and frustrated and not start thinking about solutions yet. I just need to be in my feels. And then once those 24 to 48 hours come by, now it's time to just kind of take a deep breath and now figure out how to not necessarily resolve the problem, but adapt.
Resemble that problem?
Yeah. Well, because it's like you can't resolve your situation. It is what it is, and it's not changing.
Right.
I couldn't resolve my problem like overnight. It needed to be identifying what the issue was, talking to my doctor, physical therapist, and getting that all straightened out. But what I could do is adapt. And that's the situation you're in. But I needed that time to just kind of say, oh my God, this fucking sucks. Why is this happening to me? And I'm angry and upset about it. And I think that's okay. And find other people. The one thing that I have been surprised by is how many people are like you and have a chronic illness and yet still kink.
Yeah.
So find others who are in your similar situation, and maybe they've already been to that adaptive stage where they can give you ideas of things you can do to help you out. Kinksters are by far, to me, a very helpful group.
And like other people are going to have a lot of ideas more than what we've said here.
So definitely look for those. But I would say you're going to get through this. Not necessarily easily, but you'll get through it. Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you enjoyed what you heard, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a minute of our fun and educational content. New episodes drop every Friday.
If you love what we do and want to help us keep creating, support us on Patreon at patreon.com/pinkkinkpodcast. You can also support our affiliates to benefit small businesses and us at the same time.
No extra cash? No problem. You can still help by spreading the word about your favorite kinky podcast. Share us with your friends, and don't forget to rate and review us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. Those 5-star reviews mean the world to us. And those 5-star reviews go a long way in boosting our podcast through the algorithm and reaching more listeners.
Sign up for our Pink Kink Institute classes. Shop at our Etsy shop, Pink Kink Boutique. Stay connected with us on social media. You'll find all the links on our link tree posted in the show notes.
Your support means the world to us. So until next time, stay pink
and level up your kink knowledge.